In this video, we'll be learning how to write an equivalent ratio. Ratios represent a relationship between two or more values. To find an equivalent ratio, you multiply or divide both numbers in the ratio by the same value. You actually already have some experience finding ratios, working with equivalent fractions. Let's say we had the fraction 8/10. This fraction isn't in its simplest form. So how can we simplify it? Well, if we divide the top and bottom both by 2, we get 4/5, which is the simplest form of this fraction. 8/10 and 4/5 are equivalent ratios. We can see that because we divided by 2 on both the top and the bottom to get 4/5 from 8/10. Now let's try this in an example. In our first example, we are asked to find the number that makes the ratio 4 over blank equivalent to 12 over 39. I will first line my ratios next to one another and identify that I am given both numerators. When I compare, I know to get from 12 to 4, I need to divide by 3. When I go to find my missing denominator, I know I need to again divide by 3. When we do that division, we get 13. This means our missing number is 13, and the ratios 4 over 13 and 12 over 39 are equivalent. In our next example, we are asked to find the number that makes the ratio 2 to 7 equivalent to the ratio 10 to blank. Even though these aren't fractions, that's okay. This is just another way to write ratios, but we'll still approach it the same way. We'll line up our ratios like this and compare the corresponding values that we have. In this example, we know the left sides of both ratios, 2 and 10. What do we have to multiply or divide by to get from our first number 2 to our second number 10? We need to multiply 2 by 5 to get to 10. This means that to find our missing number on the right side, we should also multiply by 5. When we multiply 7 by 5, we get our missing value, 35. This means the ratios 2 to 7 and 10 to 35 are equivalent. Let's just do a quick check to see if we did this correctly. In our original ratio, the smaller number is on the left, and that's true in our new ratio as well. Great job! Let's try another example. In our next example, we are asked to find the number that makes the ratio 8 to 9 equivalent to the ratio blank to 54. To do so, we can start by lining up our ratios and then comparing the corresponding values that we have. In this example, we know the right sides of both ratios, 9 and 54. We can ask ourselves, what do we have to multiply or divide by to get from our first number 9 to our second number 54? Multiplying by 6 gets us from 9 to 54. This means to find our missing number on the left side, we should also multiply by 6. When we multiply 8 by 6, we get our missing value to be 48. This means the ratios 8 to 9 and 48 to 54 are equivalent. Here we are again asked to find the number that makes the ratio 98 to 7 equivalent to the ratio 14 to blank. To begin, we will stack our ratios and look for the side in which we know both numbers. We know the left side of both ratios, 98 and 14, so we can ask ourselves how we get from 98 to 14. We divide 98 by 7 to get 14. This means we will be dividing our known number on the right side by 7 to find our missing value. When we divide 7 by 7, we get 1. This means our missing number is 1 and the ratios 98 to 7 and 14 to 1 are equivalent. For our last example, we are asked to find the missing number that makes the ratio 2 over 25 equivalent to blank over 100. While this ratio is presented like a fraction, we can follow the same steps to find our missing number. We can start by lining up our ratios next to one another. Next, since we know both denominators, we will compare. To get from 25 to 100, we multiply by 4. This means we will multiply our known number, 2, by 4 to get our missing numerator. When we do that multiplication, we get 8. This means our unknown ratio is 8 over 100, and the ratios 2 over 25 and 8 over 100 are equivalent. I hope you found this video helpful and feel better writing equivalent ratios going forward.